Okay, so the video got cut off. Even though I set the do not disturb, these are alarms that I set onto my phone that tell me at different times, master numbers that I thought were irrelevant to me, that would tell me specific messages, that would ring to remind me. And the 1212 for me is my beauty and health are my health is assured and my beauty restored, or my beauty assured. Yeah, one of those. I'm not going to stop and I don't know why I'm getting tongue twisted. But there's something about, and again, we were just talking about self-preservation, right? Something about, I need to worry about my health, my stability, my well-being, right? Especially if it's being threatened by another. At that point, it becomes self-defense. I'm not doing something wrong. I'm not, because there's something I'm hearing Spirit say that a lot of the times, based on if you call yourself an empath, or if you say, you're in a specific religion, even the religion would say, well, don't do harm to others, I'm not saying that you're supposed to, right? Maybe that's what's going back to James Baldwin and oh my God, I can't believe I keep forgetting her name. There's something significant about that, right? About the woman being forgotten that way, right? There's something about that. And she's on the tip of my tongue. I keep hearing it in my head, but I can't hear it in my ears. There's something significant about that. I almost said it like 2 times. But self-preservation, right? I do have to care for myself. Now I'm hearing, last night I caught the tail end of the movie with Denzel Washington, The Great Debaters, where at the last debate, the young boy said, quoted St. Augustine, saying an unjust law is no good law, something like that, right? And if I'm, a black man who is being chased by a cop, well, by that time he was literally, and the reason why I say by a cop, because I'm conflating them, or I'm also getting the messages from 61st Street, the Netflix series that I'm watching, where even on there, right, it was spoiler alert, the young track star who was being accused of murder because because the way the scene looked where he ran, and why would you run from the cops, and why would you resist arrest? Well, because as a black man in America, I understand that 9 times out of 10, when I don't run from the cops and I don't resist arrest, I am more than likely to end up a DIE or DEAD, right? And my throat just got scratchy and wanted to lock up on me. But that's the honest truth. I mean, you cannot, you would have to be blind if you don't, if you don't understand that statistical fact, that very disturbing, very inhumane, unfortunately. And then for me to bring up, James Baldwin, and he was speaking against injustice and racism back then, right? And I quoted one of his, because it was on 61st Street that they quoted James Baldwin when he was saying, you might not get to facing something doesn't necessarily changes it, but if you don't face it, you can never change it. And I'm messing up his quote too, but there's something about even when it feels like it's doing something wrong, right? So specifically for the empath, or a person that has really been indoctrinated by religion, oh, well, no, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm a Buddhist, and it's no harm. But if someone is intentionally exploiting, manipulating unjustly, even if they're using a quote unquote law in a distorted way, that way, you have every right to defend yourself. You have every right for your own self-preservation. Every living organism is is doing that. It's essentially once, I've never read of a living organism that is born one minute to say I was born to die and then murks itself the next minute. It doesn't work that way. It wants to live. It wants to breathe. It wants to, if it can procreate and continue legacies and future generations to come, in the animal kingdom, in the plant kingdom, I don't know, it wants to blossom, it wants to grow. You plant the seed, it germinate, it wants to grow. You know what I mean? That is your right. I'm hearing your innate right to grow and to flourish and to exist, and nothing or no one should be trampling that, messing with that. And at the bottom of the deck, I saw the puppet. Right? You're not a puppet. A puppet to be puppeteered by effing nobody. It says trapped in a cycle of consumption and never satisfied. Shallow satisfaction from consumerism is short-lived. Monetary chains holds you back from true happiness. That came out the other day too, and one of the reasons. But consumerism, right? And when I heard consumerism, I'm thinking it from all angles, right? Consumerism on a capitalistic method. Consumerism of what you literally consume into your own system, into the eyes and the ears. What do you think? What are you consuming in your thoughts? What are you consuming in your body? What are you consuming in the environment you are at, right? Consumerism and the exploitation of them. Give me your money. I want to take everything from you, right? And making you a puppet. I mentioned that yesterday in the reading yesterday, that the yearly calendar, this Gregorian calendar, is set up very anti you and your living organism and the way it's supposed to flow and structure, flow in and of itself, right? The very fact that we're celebrating, New Year's on January 1st, in itself is an antithetical to your very system, particularly if you're living in a climate where it's wintertime now. How is it that a period where the whole earth, not the whole earth, but that region in and of itself is in a state of rest and restoration and recharging and death and dying and letting go and grieving, that you're asking it to be a puppet and dance and move and shake? You have so many people, creating all kinds of resolutions and going out there and killing themselves, and then they wonder why they're not successful at them, right? There's the calendar in and of itself. I said it the other day, where it tells you, it's New Year's, so now you go out there and you're buying New Year's clothes, and a lot of them, for the most people, spend thousands of dollars sometimes on their outfit for New Year's, because they got to bring it in, or this glorious party, or this glorious event that they have to, or this extravagant, I'm hearing yachts and parties and all the money. Now I'm getting the movie. Is it Divergent or Hunger Games, right? Where they invited the Rose, or whatever that girl name was, and the guy to the and remember, the people said all this food and there's people in the other districts dying. Once again, it was interrupted, and the alarm came about. It was my body and my health restored and assured. Yeah, I just went blank. I don't know, the alarm. I guess because I'm questioning, is that spirit's way of saying, enough, time out, the reading is over, or you know, or is that my ish, right? And my ish in either way, my ish meaning, do I just want to keep talking because I get passionate about these things, or my ish that I'm thinking of, doubting and worried about, is it going to be listened to? Is it too long? And things of that. And then I just saw 42, which is 6, which is move forward. Do you want another deck, spirit? Yeah, and I just got You know that feeling that comes over you when you feel a little nervous, or I want to say shame, but it's not shame in it, like, but oh, I just became vulnerable. Am I now is that going to be used against me in some kind of way? Oh yeah, when you feel exposed, there you go. That's the word that I know they're saying, signs of the time. Signs of the time, right? It's something about vulnerability, right? Again, then they're going back to being exploited, right? This is what you're feeling like, all the time. This is your nervous system dysregulated because you're being puppeteered. Again, if we go back to the calendar situation, again, the whole year I have you, this money, this consumerism, this capitalistic view, this consumerism consumption ideology. I have you as my puppet, giving me your money. You're giving me your money on New Year's, on Valentine's, on Mother's Day, on Father's Day. On all these holidays, I already know where you're driving to. How many the airplane companies are banking on it. The car rental companies and the RVs are banking on it. The cards, the Hallmark card industries are banking on it. The teddy bear companies already know, the hearts for Valentine, yeah, the clothes, everything already. And I'm hearing you're being warned, right? You're being warned. Take this as a warning, right? I just heard you're created for so much more than this. You are not meant to be a puppet on anybody's effing strings. You have, your sacred consciousness, right? Like that web that was being deceitfully webbed. Your fingerprint is so unique just to you, and you came here with such a purpose. And this world needs for you to to provide, to show us that, right? Whatever this gift and to bring to all of us that which was so beautifully instilled into your DNA, just for you, right? I mean, just in you, but for all of us, right? Now here, you're as within, so without. You are this internal walking billboard that can project all this beautifulness to all of us, and we can really benefit from it, right? But it is blocked or overshadowed if you're busy caught up in the consumerism, in the yeah, my throat. Come here, big boy. It's okay. Yeah, it's wake up. Pay attention, right? Pay attention. Pay attention. It's so much bigger. You're so much bigger, right? And to be anybody's puppet, right? And I just heard the Wizard of Oz, the wizard behind the curtain, right? Signs of times, oracles. Let's see what oracle messages want to come out, Spirit. Thank you. So this is a warning. Coins, good luck. What about that? 11 portals. I don't know, 10, but then I saw 11, progression. Interesting. There's something about the penny was just discontinued. See how it says United States of America, 1 cent. And then look at him. He's smiling over it. Like, I'm worth more. I don't know why I see that as, and it felt right. Like, yeah, this is that, and this is that. You're this, and you're really not this 1 cent devalue, but it's like you're being devalued that way, right? Like if you're significant. It's interesting I said that the penny is being discontinued, right? You discontinue yourself when you allow, cut the strings. Don't allow you don't have to be a cog in the wheel, right? And it's not about good luck, right? You have authority. You have autonomy. Didn't it talk about that over here earlier? Yeah, upholding your autonomy and rejecting attempts at manipulation. Yes, you can do that. You can do it, I heard. Yeah, right? Yeah, now you're making $1 out of 15 cents. You don't have to do that. You don't. The only reason why you keep trying to make $1 out of 15 cents is if you remain tied up to this, to the deceit, to the BS, to the puppeteering, right? To the lies of the consumerism, right? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Enlightenment, yes. You know better. And when you know better, you do better. And there is going to be more enlightenment about this. This is what I'm saying. And then the lotus flower, right? The lotus comes from the mud. You've survived some things. You've been through the mud. You know what you know. Like you use it, but what's a goon to a goblin? Nothing. You ain't saying nothing, right? So how is you gonna let this goon when you a goblin? F that. Get off these strings. You were created for more than this. You are more than this, right? And you're so valuable because you literally came from the mud, right? A lot of these people have look, disruption is being, and it's going to be global. Yeah, Spirit said it. I'm not, yeah, and now I think the message is over. That's it. Enlightenment is coming, or has been coming. I don't want to, but it's definitely, there's going to be light, more shined on this sense of consumerism, this exploitation, this puppeteering, those who came from the mud and survived it and still maintained integrity and character, and honesty. These are going to be the beacons of light that are going to rise now in this time, and they're coming to disrupt. Yes, to disrupt this automated bullshit. Yes, and it's going to be global, and we're going to witness it. Nothing like a phenomenon, something like a phenomenon. Yeah, it's a song, but yeah. Bottom line, and it's going to be world spread. It's going to be worldwide. Yes, World Wide Web. Yes. Look, and it's that's at the bottom of the deck. Y'all seen that? I didn't just put it. It's divinely orchestrated. That's it. And that takes a lot of pressure off of you, me, any of us who want to do this work, right? Because whenever you're going against the grain, right, the powers that be, whenever you're causing the disruption, right, it is some lightning, it is dark, right, it's not easy, right? You are undervalued, right? You try to be discounted. They want to keep you puppeteered, right? But I'm so grateful, right? Again, and this is my disclaimer, that I do believe in something called divinity. Right? That there is this greater power than myself, that I don't have to do it in and of myself. I'm hearing the scripture now, when I am weak, when you are weak, then I'm strong, right? That it isn't of me, that, so it's not that I'm trying to escape it. So I am the vessel that is being utilized, but the strength and the orchestration and the divine timing, is so much greater than I am. And that's what gives me a reassurance, right? That the devil is a liar. That's what we say, right? But that's what gives me, yeah, and that we will be able to recover, right? It is going to be a journey. But you better never ever give up. Look at this, right? It's okay. And yeah, and it's like you're going to be saying hello again, right? Your spirit is going to say hello again, because it's going to be from a sense of authenticity, your own autonomy, not a puppet on somebody else's string. Right? I wrote myself earlier that the community that I'm trying to, that I believe Spirit wants me to forge, or that I'm speaking to, not that I'm forging, that Spirit is calling in through so many of us now, is one that, I heard a person this morning say, one of the little commercials, the little infomercials say, Let me help you be a better you, a new you this year or whatever. That's the gimmicky shit. That's the bullshit. When anybody tries to start off with that, that's how you should know that's exploitation, that's manipulation. What, you want to build a new me, the new me that what is subjugated to you? Fuck you. No. It should never be I'm trying to build a new you. Why do it have to be a new you when you was created perfectly? Everything you need to be exactly who your beautiful self is supposed to be. You came onto this, you were birthed into this world with it. So no, we're here about forging and reminding the individuals, you, to be you purposefully. Because only you can be you, and there's nobody else the F out here like you. So that's what we're creating here. That's the recover. That's why it's recycling, right? When you recycle, you didn't throw the shit away and bought something new. You took what was looked at as invaluable by some fuck shit, and said, no, I see the value in that. It was always in there. Now I'm hearing the song by oh God, what is wrong? And she's a woman too. There's something about the feminine has been forgotten far too long. And she is now going to, that the feminine energy is going to be remembered. Never give up, right? But God. But she says, I found out I was never broken. I just needed to heal. Right? And now I'm reminded of this other short that where the woman said, what if, all these diagnoses that you're anxious and all this stuff isn't really that? What if it's really your nervous system responding to the systemic abuses? And it's supposed to respond to it that way. When your body feels danger, it's supposed to say warning, warning, danger, right? The anxiety is because the bang is going off in your system like it would if in the cave days if you saw a big dinosaur, a big mountain lion, right? So you feel this exploitation. You know that this is manipulation, and then you get the anxiety, you get the depression, but they say no, ignore that, because they want to keep you as a puppet, right? It's bullshit. Never give up, right? Yeah, never give up. And there's something about phrases, motivation. It's not that about cliches, but it's about words. Words carry power, energetic vibrations. I'm hearing energetic fields. Yeah, it's a labyrinth. You're not lost. It's a journey. It's okay. And you're divinely guided. And the journey is back to what? To you. To you. Not to a new you. I'm going to build a new you. Come to the gym. Buy this product. Do that. Man, fuck all that shit. No. Here we're restoring you back to you. We're reminding you. And not that we're doing it. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just being the vessel. But all it is just reminding you of who you are. You already got everything you need in you. That's it. And when you understand and remember who you are, that you are this sacred consciousness, right? And that you are unique. And that can no one provide what only you can provide. And that you're, beautiful just as you are. There's nothing lacking, nothing missing, nothing broken. When you begin to operate from that place, sky's the limit. There's no stopping you. There ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Yeah, look. Maybe you just reflect you. It's your destiny. It's in the palm of your hands. Meaning it's already in you. It's already outlined in you. Okay, I think I'm going to just keep repeating. It's just so beautiful, right? It really is. And it's not easy, right? Breaking away from the quote-unquote, matrix, right? And it's a matrix, which means mom, which means womb, I think they said. But it's a created one. It's a what are you saying? Spirit is a prosthetic one. It's a cloned one. It's not the real one. It's another word. I just can't. No, right? So yeah, I'm going to gently suggest. Try to be gentle now. I know I got passionate about it, but gently suggest that you know, don't do anything else, but just be you, authentically, beautifully you. You know, we need you. This world needs you, and you are loved. You are a sacred consciousness that belongs. And I know you belong because you exist. You are a living, breathing organism if you're listening to this. So you were purposely meant to be here. There's so many that didn't and that aren't. Not that they didn't meant to be here, that they didn't get to be here, meaning, sperms didn't and weren't, So yes, today be you on purpose, beloved. Would love to see your comments. If you liked, hit the like button. I never say that, but hey, I'm being guided to now. Subscribe if you like, and if you feel safe, right? If you think this is a place where you would like to revisit and return. Not perfect here, but I'm not afraid to apologize, to retract, and definitely a place where trying to, with all my heart and soul, follow principles and stand on integrity and character, right? Until next time, beloved. Ashe, amen, and amen.